Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom stream. Oh gosh, what week is it these days? Week 21, day 4. So, we actually did end up finishing out the event yesterday. We actually finished out both ends of the event. We have finished out up to room 25 completion, which is floor 26. And we have finished out our rewards. So yeah, we don't have anything else we really need to do. Unless we just want to push the leaderboard a little bit more. But not really much of a need to do that as long as we keep like top 100. Because I'm not sure if we can actually make the difference to 50 at the moment. Just due to the gap. But we can easily keep ourselves above 100. And as long as we do that, we should be good to go. Not like the reward here even makes big of a difference. It's probably the most redundant leaderboard in the game. But still, nonetheless, we are essentially done with it. So that's that. Other than that, we do have ourselves a really good hero class today. If you haven't already gotten this thing unlocked or leveled, definitely highly advise doing so. One of the best hero class, if not the best in the entire game. Has a wide variety of tools at its disposal that it can actually use, with something useful on every single one of its perks. Normally on its first one, it uses stun, though it can also use 4 additional attack. On the next one, it pretty much always uses the 2 attack whenever it gets hit. The other 2 are so situational that they essentially never get used. Then it normally goes into either extra armor for brown allies or extra magic for yellow, with that being the more offensive option and that being the more defensive option. Then it pretty much always runs with Dust Storm. Even in PvP where you could be getting an additional glory, normally the Dust Storm is so much quicker that you just go with Dust Storm anyways. You then pretty much always go the barrier on brown. This allows you, pretty much one of the main things that makes this hero class decent, is that you can barrier every single brown, which ends up working out very, very nicely. Then you generally go into one of these two, either Enrage, so that you can hit through, basically if you're using more of like a skull spam variant of this, so you can hit through things like skull reductions, agile, stuff like that, as well as getting 1.5 times additional damage, or the mana accumulation route where you explode a single yellow every single time you get an extra turn. And for its final perk, it normally runs either with all of its immunities, with the most useful one being immune to stun, which prevents him from losing his other traits unless he gets both cursed and stunned. And he also has a really good elemental bonus. Elementals gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Really, really good synergy with various elementals within the game. But anyways, so that's all that. Let's see, mail. Forgot about that. But yeah, we did end up getting deeds, so we'll definitely need to make sure we go and poke at those, as it's going to be very, very useful, of course. Having a little bit more red deeds. Actually, what even is the next red kingdom I want to get up? I'm not even sure right now. And other than that, what do we have underneath our offers right now? Oh, thank you for that, Cookie. Greatly appreciated. Anything good in offers? Well, I kind of have this one that's okay, though personally to me it's not that worth it. To most people, if you need event keys, this is worth it. But with how many event keys I have, the value of it actually comes out to not be. So we'll probably pass on that. Even at a 25% discount. This is really good value if you happen to not have infinite event keys. But unfortunately, we pretty much have infinite event keys. And the main one I actually need is gem keys, not event keys. Also, Mythic coming up 2 weeks from now, or 2 Fridays from now. Not this Friday, but the following Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Should be getting a new Mythic. So we'll have plenty of keys for when that rolls around. Anyways, so next order of business. Let's go and... let's go head over to the class events. So I'll go bring out the team that I was mentioning this Monday. It's oddly enough the highest HP team in the entire game as well. So I'll mess around with this for it. Might as well. I'm never going to use a hero class, or like a proper hero, or not like one that we need to level. I'm just going to use the actual Titan with this, because we might as well. You don't have to for it. You're still allowed to use whatever class you want. Well, you might as well go all in. So I'll be rolling with this team. It's a Yarrow Fire Giant, Dawnbringer, and Hindla. You can replace out Dawnbringer with a Black Manacle if you don't have it, though it does work better with a Dawnbringer. This is pretty much a classic. It was actually meta a few years back, however, it's not really used too often in the current state of the game. However, it is still noteworthy in that it has the highest base HP of any team in the entire game, which makes it decent, always. Hello, Bill Warhammer. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Birdleaf. Hello, Chris Border. And hello, Captain. Welcome, welcome. Would you say farming 2,000 plus trophies for Urskea to get 0 Nisha tokens, only to get a Nisha token on the first kingdom tried other than Urskea, is more than just bad RNG? That is pretty funny. Though if you're doing it at a lower level range, it's not going to be possible to get those Nishas. What am I doing here? We'll take that. I'm trying to get Dawnbringer right here. You know what? I'm just going to go for it manually. Just one shot wipe its entire team. Actually, it might even be worth it to put Dawnbringer a little bit further up for these very early battles. There's a lot of these really early battles. Dawnbringers, the only thing we need to cast are full AoE. I should have taken that yellow first, but oh well. At least that gets us to cast other stuff for once. Get all of our reds. And ideally that would have brought us to full mana. Luckily we just take that over and throw that. And keep moving forward. Oh, you did level 12 all the way for all of them. That is pretty funny. If you would have gotten it on the very first one that you went to a different kingdom then. So hello Terran, welcome. Yeah, I really should go back to initial farming soon. I haven't been doing much initial farming because I've been focusing a little bit more on hero class farming. I keep thinking that they have to be burned for him to do his gem creation. He only has to kill for it to get his gem creation. Normally you would need a burn for something to be in kill range. However, obviously if something is naturally in his kill range, he will still get the reds. What do we need here? Probably just take the brown for now because if it surges, it's full mana. Kill out that just to make sure if we miss on yellow, he doesn't just instantly win. Hit that just in case it's not enough, and then wipe it out with a full AoE. Easy as that. This actually might be one of the quickest events we get done, gosh. As I mentioned, this team used to be good in the past. It didn't get, like, bad, it's just other things got better. Like, a lot better. This still has quite a few things going for it. It gets a lot of scaling from extra turns. Has the chance to partially loop. And as I mentioned, has the highest base HP of anything in the game, as far as starting HP is concerned. And when I say highest, I mean absolute highest. Nothing comes even like remotely close to that high. Because Stormheim has a double HP bonus on it. Not to mention doing elementals also gives a partial HP bonus. I don't think I showed the full bonuses of this team this stream. I did on the video and things, but I should probably mention it. Because it is pretty hilarious. Or not mention it, but show it real quick. Let me move that over. Hopefully that's enough. It might be tanky enough to survive it. Nope. There we go. Okay, let me go show it. Because it's pretty hilarious. How much HP and stats this thing actually gets. Mostly HP. But if we go over to bonuses here, it gets 30 HP because Stormheim is the only pure HP kingdom for its base kingdom thing. Then it gets 21 HP if you have it at tier 4. If you have your kingdom upgrade to level 13 or higher, you end up getting this. As far as the actual level, the one that you need deeds for, you get another 21 HP. You then get another 6 HP from having 3 elementals on your team. And I believe this thing is max, so that should be the max bonus. This giant one isn't maxed. However, you can get this as high as 12, if I'm not mistaken. This can go as high as 12. Currently, we have it at 9 with a 0.25 or 2.25. Wait, what would that actually be then? What's its base value? Yeah, that means its base value is 4, which means we currently have it at 9, which means it can go to 10 if we had one more copy of it, which means it could go to 12 if we had it all the way to Mythic. So that means this team could actually have 3 higher HP than it currently has. Or actually, sorry, more than 3. We're currently on pure HP. I mean, pure armor. Let's change that to pure HP. Let's see, where is it? Let me just do it over here. HP, HP, HP. Okay, so this is 3 short of the highest HP this could have. Though theoretically, I guess you could medal all these troops too. However, obviously we will not, because they are very expensive to medal. But, not counting medals, this is 3 HP short of the highest HP this team could have. Let's see how high it is. If I'm not mistaken, it actually breaks through 200, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, Yarrow 200, 191, 205, and 205. That is pretty high, to say the least. Obviously, we'd want to run magic if we were actually running to make this team better. I just wanted to see it with super high HP. There we go. Now I'll change over to magic. And there we go, he's dead. Yeah, that is absurdly high HP. We don't have a pure magic one, so I'm just gonna make this into a pure magic one real quick. There we go. Okay, let's head back in. Back to Clash Trials. And was this the final set? No, 2 more sets. Why is our sigil so low then? Should be seeing a lot of Valraven soon then. We'll take that for now. Grab a Ural on the thing just in case it escapes. Don't want it escaping. Nothing else. That's what the single target's pretty good for. Since he's the only one burning and we know for sure he'll have enough damage to die, we'll take that. He has triple damage on burning, which is why we knew it would die. And all the extra yellows make sure we actually kill him out as well. Because Dawnbreaker does have 2 additional damage per yellow in play, including on our own team. So we'll kill that out. Get a big Dawn in there. And it dies off a burn. Convenient enough. The arrow does get burns. It's not the best burner in the game. There's of course there's things like Infernus. Actually, Infernus was one of the things that really made this thing a lot less useful. When Infernus ended up coming into the game. Actually, that's probably around the time Ural started falling off, for the most part. Was Infernus just completely overtook Ural Fire Mantle in every possible situation, pretty much. Which for the longest time was why Ural was never really used, and to this day it's still never really used, for the most part. It's just really inconsistent with the double spawn. And unlike some things that got a gem spawn buff, it was one of the few that didn't. Same as Vinoxia, which is one of the reasons Vinoxia has been dead for ages upon ages. Then its abilities just scaled for years ago and was never really updated. There we go. Also, it's funny. He creates a bunch of red, yet still finds his way to get full mana off of brown and yellow. And then one more set and we'll get our 25 gems. And you would also get Titan Class XP if you needed it. And a little bit of gold. Though, of course, the main reward is gems. Well, theoretically, the XP if you actually need it as well. Okay, we'll throw that down for now. Get the handle down. Looks like he has his own little giant team. Ours is much better. Actually, we couldn't even build that team if we wanted to. Because the Forest Troll is not from Stormheim. And currently we're restricted to giants from Stormheim. Again, all we have to do now is find one more Valraven, which we should easily be able to do. I don't recall it ever being short, and there it is. Okay, so all we have to do is kill this, and we're in the clear. Alright, so he's burning, so he's already dead. That's match. We won. We'll grab that. And now there's pretty much no way we could possibly lose with how high our durability is. Oh yeah, to have it for the Clash trial, it's pretty nice for today. Especially if you're planning to go further than the free battles. He's actually one of the core troops that you would use today. Really, all you need here is Ural Fire Mantle and Fire Giant. Hindla's is here for extra damage and for backup summon. And Dawnbringer is just here for the better option. However, you can go for any red AoE weapon or Black Manacle. Would both work there instead. I should have went for Frost Mage there. Or not Frost Mage. Yeah, Frost Mage. Should went for that instead. Or not Frost Mage. No, Frost Mage hero class. Queen Isabel. I mean, Queen, Mab. Queen Mab. I'll get the name right eventually. Gosh, she's been not meta for so long, I forgot her name. Queen Mab is the one in the last slot there that has that freeze. But yeah, poor Queen Mab. She's all obsolete now compared to Frost Mage hero class or Frost Fire King. It's very unfortunate, but she is pretty much dead content. About 3 to 4 years ago, she was the strongest troop in the entire game. And now, not so much. Let's see. Which is kind of funny because she's actually been nerfed 0 times. However, she was indirectly nerfed in the sense that Mana Burn no longer hits things that have immune to Mana Drain. Or sorry, that have that like one Mana Burn immunity thing. When she was first released, there was no immune to Mana Burn. Now there is, on a lot of stuff. Yeah, Yarrow's pretty useful for this event. It's not a necessity, but definitely help. Theoretically, if you're just going for the free battles, you just clear out all of them with a single AoE weapon. And if you were going for further battles than any of them, you can actually clear them all out with just a single Mang, I mean. Okay, let's get a Dawnbringer in there and end this kill with whatever. And that is match. Easy as that. And it's dead. There we go. Up, and one more battle. The Giants versus Giants is our final battle. I think we're going to win by having like 4 times its stats, seemingly. Maybe closer to 3 times, actually. Get rid of his summon first and his barrier. Is that kill range? No, it is not. So we'll go for a Dawnbringer there. Now it's kill range. And now it is dead. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Jan. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Defiance. There we go. All rewards have been secured. And there's our 25 gems. And of course, if you need Titan XP, 50 Titan XP. And some small 10,000 gold. Obviously, you mostly do it for the gems and the XP. But yeah, definitely worth getting Titan up. And of course, you could go for a leaderboard if you want to. I feel like there shouldn't be too many people on it because most people already have Titan maxed. But, yep, still a bunch of people going for the leaderboard there. Let's try to get more XP on the Titan. Also still getting some orbs in return. Anyways, let's go clear out, do we have armor set? Yes, we do. Let's go clear out our dailies over here. And one of them is actually useful for once. We got ourselves, some, deeds. Red deeds, to be exact. Also, hello, Rafik. Welcome. And hello, Alexandre. Well, we already got a Rowan, so he's dead instantly. That's what we like to see. Feels weird having full mana automatically. However, the reason for that is our hero class currently has an explosion. And while this one explosion does technically slow down the rate of the battle, ever so slightly, if we end up getting full mana off it, it substantially increases the rate at which we win. More so than any other situation. If we happen to get an explosion instantly into full mana, it's very rare that will occur, but whenever it does, it is insanely good value with this hero class. It's one of those instances where it's actually slower overall than if we were to use literally any other hero class. However, it has the highest possible win within the shortest duration. It's one of those kind of teams where its average is slower, but its maximum possible win speed is the quickest. I think I had the absolute quickest in the game as far as quick kill any battle is concerned. However, it very rarely gets it. We'd have to have full mana right now for it to work, to be the absolute quickest in the entire game. I don't think there's any win that's even quicker. However, its overall average rate is slower than if we were to use literally any other hero class there. Because if it misses full mana, it's slower due to the delay that it has. It's not much of a delay, but it does delay it ever so slightly. Luckily, most of the explosion occurs while the stats effects are taking place. But it's still about a half a second slower per battle, assuming it does not land full mana. Oh, but if it does that, quickest win in game. That's what we want to see. Also, I don't believe we have enough damage to kill this. Also, I just realized Rowan almost has the same amount of HP as she does armor. It's off by 1. Though it looks slightly more off now because of burn. Oh gosh, she's not dead yet. That's disappointing. Luckily, we can just take a blue there and just throw splits. He's dead. There we go. 4 red deeds. Very nice. Or can we even use reds right now? Well, I know we can check how many reds we have. We have enough to upgrade 2 kingdoms in reds. Also, how close are we on purple? We should be getting very, very close. Did we ever get all of our writs yet from the guild? The answer is yes. And all of our purples as well. So let me go double check that. Let me go double check. Where do we put those? Darkstone. That's not where I want it. The other one. Yeah, I believe we have 23. once we go craft them. We're almost there. Let's go head over to our games thing. How many can we make? Any? Yep, we can make one. That's what I thought. So yeah, we're at 7 off. Or I'm 7 off. The number can vary between person to person now, due to those dailies on the board. But yep, we're almost there. We're at 23 out of 30. And once we have all of them, we have the final Magic Kingdom in the game for Max Magic. We haven't had Max Magic for a while. But 7 more purple deeds and we'll have it. So close yet so far. We'll get there soon. Anyways, where were we? Let's go clear out dungeons. Then we'll probably hand out a code. And then we'll mess around with trying to get this hero class leveled a bit more. Currently we're level 94. Probably want to aim for about 96 by the end of the stream. And then maybe for 100 tomorrow. No new content to go over tomorrow though. But we'll probably make it the get this hero class to level 100 stream. Since there isn't any new content to go over. And once we get this hero class to level 100, we are 6 hero classes away from having every single hero class to 100. And every other hero class I already have at what's it called? At level 80 plus. So we're pretty much already there on every hero class. I believe it takes about 10 hours per hero class, which means per week we can easily get one done per week. Meaning by late June, early July, we will likely have every hero class in the game maxed. Assuming nothing else happens to hero classes that would make it happen otherwise. More grinds making it so we're not done yet. Why do you have Broker of Greed in the same team you're running? Let's see. I don't know. Why do you? I feel like that'd be much slower. He's really inconsistent with what he does. It'd also make you lose some gold. I'm not sure if you'd have enough gold gain to really use it. And even if you did, I think it might be too random to use. He's one of those things that seemed like he was going to be okay, but ended up turning out to be completely useless in many situations. Okay, let me go hand out code. Problem, where were we on codes? I forgot to mark them. I marked some of them, but I didn't mark all of them. Or did I mark all of them? Hold up. This might if I marked all of them, this is our next code. Oh, never mind. I did mark all of them. Never mind. That's why it looked like it didn't marked. Because I marked them with deletion rather than marking them specifically. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemswar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over there is what you put in. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. But there you guys go. Same thing as always. Only works on PC and mobile, of course. Okay, so next order of business. Class. This is going to be our main goal for tomorrow, but might as well get some progress on it right now. I want to go get this class maxed. Not because we need it maxed, or not because the hero class is good, but because we're just trying to get everything maxed. But, yeah, we're getting there. So let's go make some progress on that then. We'll just do some Zation. Actually, I don't know. Let's go do some PvP Explore for once. Or not PvP Explore, but PvP grinding on it. It's actually technically quicker. I just hate having to repick spam. Really hate repick spamming. But it is technically quicker. As long as you don't get trolled by very bad luck. As long as you keep getting easy battles like this, it's quicker. Yeah, it's an interesting buffer. It just has a really inconsistent, really high inconsistency to it. It's one of the few troops in the game that can actually make you lose resources. Yeah, even with that extra repick time, this is actually still quicker. And the main reason for that is we get 2 XP per battle rather than 1. Though we do trade off the fact that we don't get any medals. But we trade it off for higher gold. And for trade stones that we don't need. And for pet gnome chance, even though we didn't get a pet gnome here. Which is one of the main reasons you would actually do this. It has the highest chance of finding a pet gnome in the entire game. Doing exactly what we're doing right now. Repick spamming 1 trophy PvP, casual PvP. Is the quickest pet gnome rate in the entire game. Which is pretty useful if multiple people are doing in your guild when it's not a gnome event. Obviously in a gnome event, just a few people doing PvP in general is probably enough. Let alone if they were doing this method. One person could probably solo all of them. But when it's not the event, this is definitely a really, really good method for trying to get them up if you're still trying to find constant pet battles. Should probably just taken that 6,000 battle. But luckily we found a cheaper one quickly. Gosh, that team would have a lot of stats this week, the Hindlo teams. Take our quick goblin kill. Actually, it looks like he's running pure goblin, is he? No, partially. It's like half goblin. A lot of newer players do that. They'll get like the first hero class from the first kingdom, but then they never go into a different hero class. Gotta be careful with that. There are other hero classes in the game. But at level 56, that might actually literally be the only one he has unlocked right now. Potentially. Which might be the reason why it's using it. That already has some levelage in it and doesn't even have the souls to go into something else. Nice. Quickest possible win. Well, we're getting pretty good luck on battles today. Sometimes you have to go like 5 repicks every battle. Some of these we're just getting back-to-back good battles without even needing to touch the repick button. Well, now you can change hero classes for free. You don't need to spend anything to change your hero class right now. That's been changed for about a year and a half now. Yeah, obviously when the game first started, that was the main thing that would make you not do it. However, back then, you still got a free change every time you unlocked a new hero class. You also got a free one per day. So you'd still be able to change pretty easily out of it. You just wouldn't be able to constantly keep changing. But now it's just free infinitely. Because now they made them actually attached to teams, which is something we were requesting for ages, but they finally did. Oops, I didn't want to repick that. Fail. I thought I clicked on it and I was clicking the battle button. Oh well, luckily we repicked instantly into a good battle. Yep, always awful when you repick when there's a good one. I hate that the start button and repick buttons at the exact same location. I think the only way you can avoid that is with controller. But it might actually be slower to input it on a controller. Ooh, 1,000 glory, nice. I felt like we got almost 0,000 glories the last weekend on the Gnome event. I think total we got like 3 or 4. I think it was the lowest amount of 1,000 glories I ever got on a vault weekend. Even though we grinded for about the same time we always did. But hey, at least now that's not a vault weekend, it wants to give it to us, apparently. Yeah, the 1,000 glory drop on that thing is insanely high. You can't even farm 1,000 glory that easily without gnomes. Like, not counting any gnome drops if you just try farming glory with like PvP spam with the most efficient methods. You don't even get 1,000 glory normally per hour. Unless you're using like the +5 glory trip. And even then it's kind of clunky. It might slow down your team slightly. Theoretically, we could fit it into this team by replacing out hero. But then we don't get hero class XP. Which is obviously more important. Even if you take the gem value of glory, you would need 20 glory in order to equal 1 XP. Or getting 2 XP per battle. Meaning we get 8 times the value from having a hero class in our team that we need XP on, compared to having the +5 glory troop. So it is definitely way better value to be using a hero class on our team. Alternatively, a kill option could be your hero class. However, you'd be restricted by 1 single full AoE. And the kill range of that is very, very small. Because that would only hit up to about 50 damage. Even this battle, it might not be able to kill. Whereas Rowan easily does. Oh, another gnome. Hopefully we'll find a pet gnome. I don't think we have one active right now. Oh, wait, did 5.0 beta come out? Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're not posting on the forum, are they? They're posting it on the Discord. I'll need to go check the Discord. But yeah, we'll be participating in it. Did it actually start? I'm, like, waiting for, like, a forum post on it, and, duh, I forgot. They're gonna do it on the Discord now. I don't know, let me double check the forum. I don't think they did. I'll go double check. I didn't check it earlier today. No, there's no forum post on it. So yeah, if it's out, then they must have did it on the Discord only. I'm surprised they didn't make some kind of post on it, though. Just to say, hey, we're doing on the Discord now. But yeah, did it officially get posted on the Discord? I'll need to go check it out then. Let's see. Where's the thingy thing? There it is. Salty hasn't messaged me on Discord for like over a year and a half to 2 years. I can't even remember the last time she's messaged me on Discord. I also don't generally use Discord that often. Oh, well, she said earlier that I automatically made it in. Me and what's his name? Though he quit Gems of War, so I'm pretty sure he's not doing the beta now. But me and Keylime ended up automatically getting in. Or that's what she mentioned earlier. I assume that's still the case. I'll just go message her. Pretty sure she'll happily give it to me. But yeah, she mentioned earlier that me and Keylime automatically made it in without even needing to apply. So I just need to contact her later. Just a reminder. She might not even remember my Discord, given that we haven't chatted for so long on it. Yeah, Keyline left Gems of War. He made a video on it yesterday. Yeah, almost everyone who, like, avidly makes content for the game eventually leaves. We still have a few people doing it, though. We still have Cynical. We still have, oh gosh, I'm starting to forget some of the names. Sorry, other people's... I forget off the top of my head. Let's see, there was Cynical. There was a few in other languages that I forget about that actually have been making content similarly as much as us, kind of, but in different languages. Loot Wizard, yeah, that was the one I was looking for. And Loot Wizard. Yep, that's the other main one. But yeah, a lot of the ones from the past have left. There were like 3 other really big ones in the past that have kind of just completely died out. That were making content, like quite a lot of content for the game, and then eventually just completely stopped and quit the game. And now Keyline is another. Let's see, we'll throw that down. He's just secret beta test. Oh, hello, Liz. Welcome. Hope you've been doing well. There was JZG. JZG still plays. He just doesn't generally make content that often. He basically just does it for fun whenever he wants to cover something. Wait, did JZG officially quit? I thought he still played. Or did he finally complete literally everything and was like, okay, I'm done now? Because I know he was like ultra endgame. Like, he was so endgame, he was trying to do 2,500 factions. Or, you know, pure faction 500s. With no potion effects and level 100. I think he did that for like 3 or 4 kingdoms or something. Maybe even more. He was that completed that he was just doing that for fun. Just for the challenge. And because it saves a lot of gems. I only ever got that done for 2 kingdoms. Both of which I had potions at 200 rather than 100. And it was, Crypt, which I did at 188, though that was before medals existed. And, Hall of Guardians, which I did at 200. And I mean 500 pure faction, but when I say the number, I mean, the number that our horde level was at. We had 188 horde for the thing with no medals. And then we had 200 for Hall of Guardians with medals. Yeah, I've been trying to find an easy way to do live streaming off a phone. Every single method I've found so far has a delay. Either an audio delay or a visual delay. And I tried finding a wired method, but I might need a special adapter, because even though I'm using a adapter into an adapter, that should work. It doesn't for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's my phone or what, but it doesn't capture it properly. And by properly, I mean not at all. It doesn't even register as trying to record it or capture it. Oh, pet gnome, by the way. Hey, something I don't need, or I don't think I need it. Have we maxed this thing yet? Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, never mind. This is one of the ones I always think I have maxed, but I don't have maxed. Nice. Let's go grab it, then. Yeah, we'll probably go back to normal explore now that we found the pet gnome. That's one of the main reasons for doing the PvP thing, is to find a gnome. It's obviously not the only reason, but it's definitely one of the main reasons. And the higher XP rate. But yeah, soon I'm going to be just using Phoenicia only for pets. I might even start changing them out right now, honestly. The only problem with Phoenicia only is we do have to switch to magic for it, though. We can't just stay as armor. But yeah, I think I am going to do that, finally. What hero class was it? Diabolist was the one. So we're going to save Diabolist for absolute last, but we're going to get it through pets only, probably. So I think we're going to start doing this. At least until we get them all maxed. And then we'll maybe just switch to Sunspear. Assuming we haven't already, or assuming we have already leveled up all the things. But anyways, let's go build Phoenicia. It's a standard Phoenicia. Nothing special about it. What am I looking for? Leprechaun. Mirage. And weapon might ever so slightly matter more in this kind of situation. If I had to think of a good cleanup, it's probably Black Manacle, but I don't necessarily want to block Leprechaun completely. What color would that be if we don't block either of them? It would have to be a brown-blue weapon. Bronze-lock pistol. That's actually not bad. It has burn on it, too. For boost ratio on her. Okay, we'll roll with this. That would work really well, too, if we had Sunspear, because of the triple damage on burning. Yeah, well, let's go Bronze Lock. That actually seems like the best option. It doesn't block Leprechaun. It has burning attached to it. It has boost ratio off of gold, which we get off of Leprechaun. And it has no block on either of them, Phoenicia or Leprechaun. And banner needs to be not that. We need a +2 red, +1 green. I'm not sure what minus that is, but I think we run it regardless of what minus it is. It's minus blue, yeah, we'll still run it. So we run that banner then. Okay, and there's optimal, actually, this might honestly be the strongest pet rescue team in the entire game. I'm actually not aware of one that runs quicker overall. And just in case, let's make sure we copy it. And I think we're good. I think we are good. But this thing should win pretty quick, as you're about to see. Yeah, 5.0 is likely going to be really huge. Why wouldn't I have been using this the whole time? Because once you run out of hero classes to level, we wouldn't have a need to do it until we've maxed out every hero class. But the main reason I haven't already been using this is mostly because you can only feed hero classes that can use Red Storm. And this is the last hero class I have that has Red Storm. So once we get this hero class max, we would just run it with Sunspear, which would be extremely efficient and would be even stronger than what we're using now. But the problem is, if we're using Sunspear, or once we get to Diabolist max level, we have nothing else that has Red Storm that we would need EXP on. And one of the whole reasons why we do this is to get EXP onto our hero classes. Because this is really quick EXP. But once we have all of them maxed, there won't be a need to. But yeah, this is the quickest pet team in the game. I've used this some in the past. You probably haven't seen me using it much, though. Just because it doesn't allow you to farm class XP. Because it is mandatory to run Red Storm with it. And every class that we have left, except for Diabolist, does not have Red Storm. Hello, Chad! How am I doing? Pretty good. Still been feeling kind of off. But I'm pretty sure it's just seasonal allergies. Luckily, it's not that really bad cough I had, but I've still been kind of feeling meh. Let's see. I'll take that. I'll take that. At this point, I might just have to Bronze Lock Pistol him. Oh, he just got double silence. That's annoying. Can we get a skull? Oh, or Bronze Lock Pistol. That works too. Yeah, the main reason I'm running Bronze Lock Pistol is more so a Sun Spear trick, where we would end up getting automatic triple burning damage on our skulls for triple damage skulls. Obviously with the Abolist, that's not relevant. But to make it most optimal, it actually would be. The good thing about Chekker's Heart, though, is you could use it for cleanse, and it also creates red directly to get a quicker Phoenicia, both of which are beneficial. But this also helps us get quick Phoenicia. Anyways, that's that. There we go. Oh, we got 3 twigs. Nice. We can go max them now. Very nice. Well, let's go max our pet. I believe this is Forest of Thorns bonus, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. And it is maxed. And what bonus was it? Yeah, Forest of Thorns. That's what I thought. Nice. And we already have all the food. Just sitting there already. Boom. There we go. Very nice. Another pet maxed. Actually, we're starting to accumulate enough food that I could probably start maxing all of them. I want to wait until we get confirmation on 5.0 on if we're going to get a mass disenchant button for these things. If we don't, I might finally go disenchant all my spare pet copies, because we have quite a few. If we do it based on rarity. We can see we have 4 copies there, so we have 3 food, 1 food, 7 food, 4 food, 1 food, 4 food, 2 food, 1 food, 1 food, 3 food, 3, 7, gosh, 12, 5, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 4, 6. Look at all the food we could be having. 1, 6, 5, 3, 8, 5, 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 2. Look at all that free food we could be having. But there's no auto disenchant button. You have to disenchant them all one at a time, which is very, very annoying right now. So if we want to go and trade in extras, we have to click on every single one, say yes, I want to trade them in, and then we get our food. And then click all the way out, click on the next one, say yes, I want to trade in, click on it, boom, and do that for every single one. And while that doesn't take too long, and I could probably get it done in like 10 minutes if we go do that right now, but I wish we just had a button that would do it automatically. But unfortunately we do not. But who knows, maybe we'll get it next patch. Would be cool to see. Anyways, in other news, what were we doing? We did that, we did that. Let's go get, try getting another level on our Doomsayer. How much XP we at right now? Not even sure since we didn't do the pet battle on it. Where is my Doomsayer? Yeah, we're almost there. We just need 55 more XP. Sounds like a plan. Oh no, I guess we'll go back to PvP for it. Though if we find a pet gnome, we won't be able to use it. It is quicker XP overall, so we'll go for it. Let me switch back to armor. Did I make sure to switch back to armor yet? No, I did not. Let me go do that. Okay. Oh, we're already on the right team. I don't think we need to change anything else. Wait, does this still give a bonus for extra things? I thought they removed that from casual PvP. The difficulty giving extra bonus stats. Because that's still pretty effective on Firebomb team. If you ever find a 4x Firebomb, set their stats to tier 4. And you'll get free resources for doing so. I mean, even if the Firebombs would one-shot you, if you had low stats, you could just simply use Barrier and you won't die. Your entire guild will get a pet rescue after killing a pet gnome in PvP or in arena. It's how you trigger it when it's not an event. Is whenever you or anyone in your guild finds a pet gnome in PvP or arena, though PvP is better to farm them off of, your entire guild for 1 hour will get a pet rescue. If someone finds a pet gnome while one is already active, it'll just give you 2 white pet food instead, and not trigger a new one for the guilds because there's already one active. Same thing will happen if you do it on a Wednesday event where it's happening all day. Same thing will happen on Saturday too, when we're also going to have an all-day pet event for the Eagle from 2018. For any of you that haven't gotten that from 2 years ago. It's the one I'm wielding right now, actually. Though, of course, whichever one you wield is just fully cosmetic. But the eagle on my shoulder right now is the one that you'll be able to get on Saturday, if you don't already have it. Quite a few people are probably missing it, because if you started within the last year and a half, you probably don't have it. And even if you started about 2 years ago, you might not have known that you should have gotten it on that event when it happens. But you'll be able to get it again 2 days from now. And even if you already have it, you'll have more copies of it. Because very few people probably have it maxed, because it's a complete waste of gems to do so. Keep getting the same battle. I don't mind. It's a super easy, quick kill battle. Just wanting to give it to me for some reason, though. Ooh, it doesn't even have a hero on it. You should always be using your hero in early game. It's your most consistent good option. Even if you don't have any good weapons yet. Just the higher stats that it has is higher than anything else in the game. Why don't I play the Firebomb teams? Firebomb, now that stats have gotten higher in the game, does not work as good with Sunbird. The main reason for this is Sunbird has 1-to-1 boost ratio, and Rowan has 2 or 2-to-1. So for every 2 armor, it gains 1 benefit. Whereas that's half the benefit on Sunbird. And basically, as higher stats came into the game, Sunbird increasingly became less effective than Rowan. And generally, if you're using Firebomb build, the main reason you're doing it is because you're synergizing it with Sunbird. But as more and more stats came into the game, particularly when medals came into the game, Sunbird basically became obsolete. Not only does it get to use its stats for only 1 cast, the extra HP that it gets, but it has half the boost ratio of Rowan. And ever since medals existed, Sunbird has basically become dead content. Not completely dead, because it can still be used in some other situations. Like as a little bit of a tank in a way, in like PvP and here and there. But overall, it is weaker than Rowan in almost every situation now. What's the rationale between spamming casual PvP? It's the quickest rate of pet gnomes in the entire game, which is relevant if you're trying to find pet gnomes, as you saw by us already finding one earlier, which triggered it for the guild. But it has the highest rate of pet gnome in the game. It has the highest, if you get lucky on the matches, it has the highest EXP rate for hero class. Not for your hero overall EXP, like not for this big number, but for the smaller number, it has the quickest rate of EXP in the entire game. And it just gets to farm some gold and trade stones and ingots around along the way. But there's two main reasons. It's the quickest EXP in the game for your class, and it's the quickest, not by much, but it is quicker. And it's the quickest way to get a pet gnome by a pretty large margin. Those are the 2 main reasons why you would be doing what we're doing right now. It's also decently quick for gnome events if it was a gnome event right now. You know, I feel like the most popular reason why people would do this is for the pet gnomes. Though getting a pet gnome active while we already have a pet gnome active isn't that useful. But it's still 2 white pet food. And it still has Vault Key chance. Though the chance being very, 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 very low. But we would get both the 2 white pet food and the Vault Key if it was to trigger. Pet gnome is the only gnome in the entire game where if it triggers Vault Key, you'll get both the Vault Key and its normal drop. No other gnome in the entire game is like that. Only pet gnome. Though it is very rare to get a Vault Key off it when it's not a Vault event. And that applies to all gnomes, not just that one. But it's still technically possible. Hey, Sunbird. We were just saying how useless you were now. Yeah, I generally don't try for the orb in the class battles anymore. It is technically worth going for if and only if you need the class XP for the class. If you already have the class maxed, I would highly advise never going for it, as it's pretty expensive. I think it's like 250 gems for a single orb or something. How does the gold rate compare to doing level 12 Explorer? It is higher. Oh, sorry, it's lower. Compared to doing level 3 Explorer and level 5 Explorer, it's higher. Compared to doing 12 Explorer, it is substantially lower. I believe the gold rate for this is about 150 to 200,000 per hour, whereas Explorer 12 is easily upwards of 300,000. But no, this is better than Explorer 3, and I'm pretty sure it's better than Explorer 5. But it's not better than Explorer 12. But compared to places where you'd farm class XP, I believe this is actually the highest gold rate of anywheres where you get class XP. Like the highest rates of class XP. Yep, no problem. Yeah, things have still been kind of weird since the virus. And it seems like things won't be changing anytime soon. It's pretty much just a new normal now. Hey, there's our level. Well, that's what we wanted to go get. And we have gotten it now. Yeah, goal for tomorrow, 100%. We are getting Doomsayer level 100. We will be streaming tomorrow morning, by the way. Probably around noonish or so, maybe a little bit earlier. But our main goal will be get level 100 Doomsayer. And then we'll probably start figuring out what next hero class we'll be working towards a little bit. But that is the game plan for tomorrow. And hopefully it goes over well. Doomsayer level 100 we're obviously never really going to use as a class. We're simply getting it to get it. And then once we do, we only have 6 more hero classes to go. And at this point, we'll probably just get Diabolus automatically through pet battles. So theoretically, we only have 5 more hero classes to go. Because we're basically going to passively get Diabolus up. At this point, just doing it for all of our pet battles for now on, I think. Because we're starting to get to the range where I think it'll be 100 by the time we get the rest of them to 100. And even if it gets a little bit earlier, it's not too big a deal. Yeah, even once the virus ends, there's still going to be so much change. Economically and just in general. Not to mention the virus might flare back up again if we don't have a vaccine for it. Is there a way to see how much you've spent in game? It says you're not VIP 6, but you would think you've spent enough in game. No, I don't think there's a way. What platform are you on? If you're on Steam, I believe there's a list of every payment you've ever done into the game. I'm not sure if other platforms have the same. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere on Steam if you're playing on Steam, where there's a full list of like every single transaction you ever made. Xbox, I have no clue where you would check on Xbox. But I don't believe there's anywhere internal to the game where you'd be able to check. But I don't know. Is there anywhere on Xbox you'd be able to do that? Does anyone know? I never owned the Xbox, so I have no clue. But I know on Steam you could very easily check via a page that they have on there. I forget where it's located. But, yeah, the Xbox, I'm not sure. If there's a way to log onto your account online, like on a computer, there might be a way to check via there. If they have some kind of website where you can log in through that. Because I believe Nintendo has a way that you can check it on their website if you log in via computer or something. And then you could backtrack every transaction that you've had. Yeah, there's a VIP button, but he was saying that he wanted to check because it seemed like he spent more than how much VIP points he had. So he wanted to check a list of all his transactions to see if it was correct or not. But yes, in-game in Gems of War, you can see how much VIP you have. And if you reverse engineer it from how much EXP you need total, you can figure out how much you've spent. However, if you're trying to figure out if that number is accurate, you'd have to find external receipts for all of it through whatever platform you're on. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to double check to see if his VIP is correct. But yeah, you can review all the credit card statements and see any of them that were from Xbox via Gems of War. Though that'd probably be a little bit less inconvenient, or a little bit less convenient to do. Pretty sure there's a more convenient method out there. Because that would be spammed with a lot of irrelevant information. But anyways, guys, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over? Otherwise, we're probably going to be wrapping up. And tomorrow morning, afternoon, we'll go and get this hero class to max. And then start working on another. And then we only have another 6 to go until we're 100% done with all hero classes. And then we could finally start using our proper hero class for everything. Rather than having to use whatever one we need EXP on at a given time. It's going to feel really weird when that happens. I am so used to just having to set one for EXP. But even though set the most optimal for every single instance is going to feel nice. Because no longer will we have to slow down our battles just to use something that we need EXP on. We can always just use whatever is the absolute most optimal for every situation. Which doesn't help some teams that much. Like, for example, the team we're using right now, the most optimal hero classes actually do not benefit it much. But with some teams, it makes quite a bit of a difference. Like the Phoenicia team. And some that we already pretty much have to use the hero classes on just because the hero classes are already so good. For example, Explore 12. I generally run a proper hero class with. Just because it's so much quicker with a correct hero class compared to not running a correct hero class. But anyways, guys. Yeah, he was on Xbox, so we can't check through there. But I'm pretty sure Xbox is a website thingy that you could check. Which is not as convenient as Steam's, but it still would be a way to check it. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, I'm probably going to be calling it a night. We'll be back, as I mentioned, tomorrow around noon, maybe a little bit earlier than noon, but around noon Eastern Standard Time. Anywhere from about 13 to 15 hours from now. We'll probably start up a stream, mess around with some leveling, and go from there. Other than that, we'll be back at the same time we always are. Hour half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are every night. And tomorrow night, we'll probably be messing around with more leveling. Because we don't have anything new coming in tomorrow, so there's nothing new to actually go over, so we can just use it for some grind time. But yeah, no new content coming in tomorrow. Saturday, we are theoretically getting new content, though. It's a pet from 2 years ago, which is technically not new, but a lot of people are probably missing it, since it doesn't naturally appear. Oh, what was your question, Defiant? And I'll just kind of go from there. But yeah, no specifically new content, so we could kind of just chill and do whatever. And we'll use that time for class grinding. This is our current main next goal. Is to level up all the hero classes. And I do ideally want to get that done by probably 4th of July. I think 4th of July is going to be our aim for when we want to max all of our hero classes. If no new one's going to be coming in. But then again, stuff in 5.0 might change that. So maybe we might want to finish before 5.0. However, 5.0 could be a couple weeks from now. It's likely late June, early July. That's generally when patches come out this time of year. So there's a good chance the really big patch will be around then. And then once that happens, yeah, we definitely won't be able to go and grind hero classes. Because we'll probably have something massive added to the game that we'll want to focus on instead. Because every 0.0 patch has been gigantic. Oh, you have to figure out how you want to word it. Okay. Yeah, you can just ask later. Just let me know. I'll make sure to answer it then. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And, yeah, no event this weekend, though. Don't forget to go pick up the pet on Saturday. Actually, I believe we could even see it right now, if I'm not mistaken. No, we can't because I already have a pet active. But, yeah, if you don't have a pet active right now, I'm pretty sure you can already see the pet I have on my shoulder, which is coming this Saturday if you don't already have it. If nothing else, you can get more copies of it. It's fully cosmetic. That looks pretty cool. A big-headed little eagle thing. Bald eagle. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful time. Stay safe out there. And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciated as always.